Randy, we're here today because I see a lot in a lot more shops. There's a lot more procedures, OE procedures rather, that call for bonding or riveting. Here, we have two different types of riveting tools. That we have of a pneumatic, and when we have that are battery operated. What are some of the things that you see in your training on folks, how they approach the setup process?
Well, the setup process is going to be, you have to start with the OEM procedures that you're going to get for the repair.
Right.
You got to make sure you have that. In that repair procedure, it's going to tell you the kilonewtons that you're going to need for the rivet. It's going to tell you what type of rivet, the length of the rivet,
okay,
and how to put that in there. Once you look at your repair procedure, then you go to your rivet gun. Okay, so you can put in your dies that you need, your die sets. If you need a flat die or a pip die, right? Then you need to set your kilonewtons on this one. You would set the kilonewtons on the back of this.
Okay.
All right. If you had a pneumatic, you would set the air pressure, and then there's also another knob here too that you can control it.
Okay.
Really have to pay attention to what the repair procedure says for each OEM.
Okay.
Because they're all going to be different.
So when I look at this, and so just take this one. This has full instructions that should match the OE procedures and be able to follow those. So
it's going to call out what dies you need.
Okay.
Right. Yep. The same with this one here too. You're going to have it. You're going to have all your different die sets here.
Okay.
Just like on that one. It's just a different company.
Sure.
But they're all going to label what each die set will be.
Okay.
So
when I look at, I've seen a few of these, and when I see them, they don't look like these do right now. Okay, I've seen
they're a little dirty, a little messy,
a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, if I'm telling the truth. And how critical is it to have to have this clean? Because does it impact anything?
Oh, absolutely. It needs to be very, very clean. If you have glue inside of your die sets, either side, it's going to affect the way the rivet's going to be. Your kilonewtons are going to be off. Okay. And then you're not doing the repair properly. So you got to make sure cleanliness is key. Exactly. Another thing too is after you're done with your dies, if they're broke, tell your shop manager, say, hey, this one broke or this one is bent. That way, when it comes time to do the repair again, you have the correct tools.
It's funny you bring that up. I see one here now that's clearly bent, but I also noticed I've seen these pressure rings where they don't always look like this. So if this is damaged or if it's cracked, does that impact what?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're not going to get a correct removal with your SPR with that one.
Okay.
Yep. Your hole is going to be off.
Okay. And knowing that we have to pick the correct diamandrel based upon what the OEM tooling manufacturer says, which is based on what the OE procedure says. How about getting the right rivet? Because in a lot of times there's multiple sizes throughout the panel. So how critical is it?
Oh, it's very critical. If you're not putting the correct rivet in the correct place, it's going to be detrimental to the vehicle. If you put one in that's too short, it's not going to hold. Okay. If you put one in that's too long, it's going to go through.
Oh, okay.
So
good point.
Yep, absolutely has to be. You have to use the correct rivet in the correct place.
So would you test this on the car, or would you do a test run to make sure?
You could do a test run on panels, as long as you have the same plate thickness.
Okay.
So if
same
you
stack
use
and everything.
The stack, correct. Yeah. Thickness stack, yep. So if you got a 3-stack, you got to make sure that you use the correct rivet for that 3-stack. If you use a 2-stack rivet in a 3-stack, it's not going to hold.
Got it.
So everything has got to be followed by the OE procedures.
Sound advice.
If you found today's tip helpful, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Comment below for any future suggestions.
These videos are made possible by SCRS. If you aren't currently a member, I encourage you to join. Visit scrs.com or use the link in the description below.